Devastation of the Indies by Bartolomé de las Casas. Says here the island of Cuba. In the year 1511, the Spaniards passed over to the island of Cuba, which, as I have said, is at the same distance from Hispaniola as the distance between Valladolid and Rome, and which was a well populated province. All right, again, it was well populated. They began and ended in Cuba, as they had done elsewhere, but with much greater acts of cruelty, even worse. Among the noteworthy outrages they committed was the one they perpetrated against a cacique, a very important noble by the name of Hatuey. Alright, listen up to Hatuey's story, okay? Who had come to Cuba from Hispaniola with many of his people to flee the calamities and inhuman acts of the Christians. Remember, they were fleeing and going to another island, right? And this is one of those persons with his people, Hatuey. Alright, they had come from Hispaniola. When he was told by certain Indians that the Christians were now coming to Cuba, he assembled as many of his followers as he could and said this to them: "Now, you must know that they are saying the Christians are coming here. And you know by experience how they have put so, and so, and so, and so, and other nobles to an end. And now they are coming from Haiti, which is Hispaniola, or Haiti, to do the same here." "Do you know why they do this?" the Indians replied. "We do not know. But it may be that they are by nature wicked and cruel." And he told them, "No, they do not act only because of that, but because they have a God they greatly worship." And he's talking about Jesus. And they want us to worship that God, Jesus. And that is why they struggle with us and subject us and kill us. He had a basket full of gold and jewels, and he said, "You see there, God here, the God of the Christians. If you agree to it, let us dance for this God. Who knows? It may please the God of the Christians, and then they will do us no harm." And his followers said all together, "Yes, that is good, that is good." And they danced around the basket of gold until they fell down exhausted. Then their chief, the Cacique Hatuey, said to them, "See here, if we keep this basket of gold, they will take it from us and will end up by killing us. So let us cast away the basket into the river." They all agreed to do this, and they flung the basket of gold into the river that was nearby. This cacique, Hatuey, was constantly fleeing before the Christians from the time they arrived on the island of Cuba, since he knew them and of what they were capable. Now and then they encountered him and he defended himself, but they finally killed him. And they did this for the sole reason that he had fled from those cruel and wicked Christians and had defended himself against them. Alright, so they only killed him and hanged him, they didn't just enslave him. Because he kept dodging them and running away from them, and he embarrassed them, he kept defeating them, so they just wanted to get back at him. And so when they had captured him, and as many of his followers as they could, they burned them all at the stake. Alright, they burned them alive. When tied to the stake, the Cacique Hatuey was told, now listen to this, alright? So he was tied, he was being burned, he was tied at the stake. And he was told by a Franciscan friar who was present, an artless rascal. It was something about the God of the Christians and of the articles of the faith. And he was told what he could do in the brief time that he remained to him in order to be saved and to go to heaven. So while he's burning alive, right, they're trying to save his soul, supposedly. They're trying to make him a Christian so he can save his soul, is what they're telling you. Right? So they're giving him some doctrine and jargon about Christianity and all that, right? And saving his soul while he's burning alive, right? And then it says, the cacique, who had never heard of any of this before and was told he would go to Inferno where he did not adopt the Christian faith, he would suffer eternal torment. He asked the Franciscan friar. Alright, so listen to what he asked the friar after he was told all this. He asked, if Christians all went to heaven, alright, so he asked them, do Christians go to heaven? When told that they did, he said he would prefer to go to hell. Such is the fame and honor that God and our faith have earned through the Christians who have gone out to the Indies. All right, so Hatuey was like, you know what? If heaven is where Christians go and Christians are doing all these cruelties, killing us, taking our women and children, enslaving us, then I'd rather go to hell if that's what heaven is like, full of these Christians. Wouldn't you say the same? He had a lot of heart. He died. He died burned alive. He rebelled to the end. Let's not forget Hatuey.